Hey everyone, the Talking Dads podcast is brought to you by Little Scholars Early Learning Center. Whether your family needs infant care, a preschool program, or before and after school care, Little Scholars' highly rated Step Up to Quality programs provide quality early childhood education at an affordable price. Visit www.littlescholars.net to get in contact with an enrollment specialist and schedule a tour of any of their 5 Lake County campuses. Here's the deal. Talking Dads fans are getting a little bonus. Mention that you heard about them through our podcast, and when you tour, and you'll receive $25 off of your registration fee. Again, that's Little Scholars Early Learning Center, where children learn, play, and grow together.
In a world where moms continue to dominate parenting authority and a father's role is minimized in society, 2 dads take on the toughest parenting topics on a weekly basis, all while drinking bourbon. They are the Talking Dads.
What's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Talking Dads. This is episode number 33. I'm Ian, and on my far right, I have Steve, and tonight we have a very special guest, Mark. Is it Paydock?
Paydock, man.
Paydock.
Yep.
What's up, dude? We are in front of a live studio audience. Okay, there's the applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are at the Collab by Notion in downtown Willoughby, having a good time tonight. Mark brought us some wonderful Maker's Mark. And he's also got a High Life.
You want to tell us
you can tell us about that in a second here.
Okay.
First, give us your dad profile. So who you are, what you do, and you're up to now being a dad.
Tinder profile or dad profile?
You could start with dad. We'll probably get into your Tinder profile.
We can get into that.
Yeah, so my daughter will be 4 months next Friday.
Nice.
Her name is Meredith Catherine. She was, 7 pounds, 13 ounces, born on September 10th.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was, girlfriend and I mean, to be honest, like I mentioned earlier, we didn't want kids, but hey, miracles happen. So it is.
Yeah.
But it's a great thing, man. So yeah, 35. I'm from the west side of Cleveland, and yeah, just love this podcast stuff. So
Cool.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely.
Well,
We're happy to have you.
Very good to have you on. We've gotten some good references from our friends, the Barber and the Brain. You took part in their podcast and then did some live events. Yeah.
Right. Had some good times with them, especially when we were able to go down to the
tailgate.
Community lot there.
and just kind of pulling people aside that were, been tuned up since 8 a.m.
Sure.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
That's got to be a
man.
good place to do that. We missed that, unfortunately. I was out of town.
Yeah, we did miss that. It's too bad.
But
What game was that?
Dolphins.
Oh, it was the Dolphins game?
So it was pretty much a lock.
Yeah.
So that's why we kind of did.
Right.
Like, yeah, let's go do this. Plus, it was after all the Myles Garrett stuff. So
Yeah.
Right.
next
Well, that
time
was
game
big.
back. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Marco, or really Larry, got that whole petition together and
Right.
Went viral there.
went viral and stole a bunch of money from a bunch of people. And
Yep. It's all kinds of stuff. Just send the
That
money to
son
this
of a-
account right here. Just send it
son
to
of a
me. And
I'm just kidding. Actually, so I had the pleasure of being on their podcast last week, and we went into that a little bit, and it was pretty funny.
that was good stuff.
Yeah. So 4 months old. So are you sleeping?
Yeah. What's going on in the household there?
I'll tell you what, man. She has been great. I mean, I got to give Molly, my girlfriend, credit because she does most of the grunt work because I'm the one that's working. So
Yeah.
picking up a little side jobs too, just to make ends meet and whatnot. But
This isn't paid, right?
that's fine.
Yeah, you won't get anything for being here tonight.
Damn it.
Maybe some royalties.
Hey, we tried.
Sorry, man.
We tried.
Damn it. Because I gotta go, man.
No, she's been doing most of the grunt work, but I mean, we've pretty much locked in a schedule that puts her down by 7:30. She'll sleep till about, now that we're increasing her formula intake, sleep till about 2, goes right back down after eating.
Nice.
That's nice.
That's pretty solid.
But no, I mean, she's great. So I mean,
It's all about routines.
yeah, it's
Yeah, I
all
was
about
gonna say
routines.
kudos for the first one to get out to like understand how important a schedule is from the beginning.
For sure, man. If you get
Right.
that figured out, that saves you a lot of trouble.
I mean, I didn't read any books.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
my parents didn't have books. They just figured it out, and that's kind of how we handled
That's
it.
what we always say.
figured
It's
it
what
out,
works for you.
Right.
Really, it's really what it is. No book can really tell you exactly what you need to do.
Well, here's the thing with books is you can find a book that says do this, and you can also find a book that says do that.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'll just be confused as shit. And really, at the end of the day, is what we say: whatever works.
Yeah, and you
if
figure
it
it out.
works
You
for you
always figure
guys,
it out.
yeah.
And you can Google whatever, and they'll just tell you they're
Yeah,
dying
it's the
anyways.
worst.
They're dying, call 911.
Right.
Well,
she
yeah,
she
exactly.
farted loud. I mean, I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. You know.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Speaking of those,
WebMD.
the blow ups.
Oh, blowouts, yeah.
Dude.
Boy, dude.
I mean, when you
it's
hear
like,
one of those, just
it's all hands. I mean, they just come up through the diaper. It's
Everywhere.
all hands on deck. Like I would just like call Molly. I'm like, help! And she's like, what? I'm like, there's so much poop.
Wait. Hold
Yeah.
on. Are you the guy? You've seen like the commercials and stuff like that. Are you the guy
those
that's like
YouTube videos,
changing your daughter
like
and
dry
like
heaving.
Yeah, like puke
Are you
is
that
fine.
guy?
Puke is fine, but shit is dude, it's so
it gets
bad.
you?
It's so bad, especially that first one in the hospital. That tar that comes out.
Oh
of it.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
scary
That's
when
kind of
that
weird.
happens.
I'm like,
Dude,
what is that?
Get used to the shit.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
going to be your life for a long time.
Yeah, and so like it's just all hands on deck, and then we literally like I would just grab her and just Simba her underneath the faucet.
Oh yeah.
And just make it happen, and like just make sure she's getting every crevice, and then obviously bathe her off and good to
Right.
go. But yeah, all the blowouts are
Oh yeah,
they're-
blowouts
they're
are rough.
epic.
The good thing is you probably only have another 6 to 8 months left of that.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's it.
good luck.
Well, I kid you not, I just watched last weekend. I just watched my buddy's daughter and his middle son. They took their oldest son to Trans-Siberian Orchestra,
Okay.
and his daughter's crying in the kitchen, and she's potty trained. I'm like, Roz, her name's Roz. I'm like, Roz, what's wrong? She's like, I pooped my pants. In my head, I'm like, fuck. So I like grabbed her, and his son was great. I'm like, where's her her nighttime diapers, and where's her, wipes or whatever. So we took her in the bathroom, and it's my buddy's daughter, so it's a little uncomfortable.
Sure. Yeah,
you know?
it's
I'm
never-
like, so I cleaned her up best I could and put another diaper on her, put her on the toilet, and she was all good to go. And then when they got home, I'm like, well, I texted them, and they were laughing. Him and his wife were laughing at
Yeah,
me.
right.
I'm sending
Yeah,
the middle
go
finger.
figure.
Sending the middle finger over the thing. And because I was a last minute resort, his parents bailed on him.
Oh.
And I live right around the corner from him. They're in Columbia
Yeah.
Station. So, but yeah, that was an experience. I'm like, dude, she might need another extra wipe down, but I did the best I
Yeah.
could without getting extremely uncomfortable. But yeah.
Like you said, it could be a little uncomfortable. Like it's somebody else's kid and then somebody
when
else's
they're
daughter.
a baby, yeah,
then,
you
yeah.
get it. But she's almost 3 years old.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, it's just something you're not used to it, and it's could be a little scary.
Yeah, I
and
get it.
gross and
Right, yeah.
all that.
But yeah, it was just like, oh no. It was like my worst fear, like there was going to be an accident, and it happened. But,
Hey, yeah,
just, like,
come on
thrown
over
up
and
or
watch our
something?
kids. Don't worry. Potty train,
Right.
no,
Yeah,
real easy.
yeah.
but his
Yeah, she pooped earlier. You're probably fine.
his daughter's such a savage, and we laugh. I was just laughing about it. As I told him, I said, I might talk about the incident. He's like, I don't care, whatever. But she's such a savage because she's like, we were watching his other son, Nick, wanted to watch this movie Tron on
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Plus.
Okay.
Disney Plus is great.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I mean, I was excited when I popped on Aladdin the first time.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we're watching Tron, and she's like, Tron is dumb. And then so I took her downstairs. I put on Gumby of all things, and she loved Gumby.
Gumby, wow.
Yeah, and then she comes upstairs. She's like, "Gumby is dumb." I'm like, "All right." So literally before she fell asleep, because Nick passed out downstairs, and I was feeding him booze all night. Kind of put him to bed, but no. So she literally eats one of these nuts off the table. She's like, "This is gross." She literally opens the can and just spits like a savage the whole nut out into the can.
Oh, yeah.
just dying. They were rolling.
That's what they do, man.
Yeah, they
Kids
just-
have
they just
no
don't care.
no regard for personal space or like
No.
other people's
just-
possessions.
just
like
so
we have a
gross.
joke around the house that like you can't have a glass of water and just if it's not in your hands,
right,
get a new one.
right.
Because my kids will take it and like they'll take ice out and then spit the ice back out in. My son puts his cars in that. You know, it's like stop.
Yeah, my youngest it'll be backwash, just
Oh,
like
yeah.
floaties all in your drink. You don't even realize it. Go to take a sip, and you're like, okay, well.
Yeah.
No, you guys have what, 2 each?
Yeah, we
each,
each
yeah.
have two. Yeah,
I have
Done?
two boys. He has a boy and a girl.
I got a boy and a girl.
You guys done? No more?
I would like to be.
I would like to be. We shall see. No, not yet.
Yeah.
I keep.
Yeah, my wife is still
I keep.
Why?
on the fence. Wants another one.
You gotta go to a prevent D, bro.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Like you're
I want the
both in man-to-man
You're
coverage
not.
right now.
Yeah.
We are in man to man, and I like it that way. It is wonderful. So I've been contemplating like photoshopping some flyers together of like a special or something. Like I said, babe, I got to take advantage of this now and go see the urologist.
Right.
And she's too smart for
Yeah.
that.
She'll be like, okay, cool.
March Madness is the time to do it.
My
That's
buddy's
what they
looking.
say.
My buddy's looking to do March Madness for the Masters weekend.
Yeah.
Masters is
he's
a good weekend.
He's
yeah.
trying to plan that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and we've
yeah.
talked to a bunch of guys that have done it. We've heard good stories. We've heard
mixed
horror
reviews.
stories.
I'm afraid to do it. Like I don't want any more kids. I just
I mean,
better
I
responsibility.
just,
but yeah, I don't. No.
it scares me.
Yeah. I know it's just a little done,
Yeah.
but
I hear
don't
these
know
horror
about that.
stories of people that have gotten it,
Right.
and it's just I mean, it should be fine. I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal, but I still worry.
Yeah,
I
I
just can't
do
imagine
too. I mean,
I just think of that dull pain, just trying to sit there and
yeah.
Larry, is that you? Okay.
And all you can do is just ice your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
let's get a bag of peas and
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could take
Wait
like
it out.
ibuprofen
Alright.
or something, but yeah.
I'm sure they can
No,
do
I think
something.
you need to sit on the couch for like 3 days.
Yeah.
That's your time
With
to milk
Maker's Mark.
it, right?
Right.
With Maker's
With
Mark.
Maker's Mark.
Right.
That is your time to just milk it and be like, babe, I can't do anything. Which literally is me every time I'm sick. Like I had like a bug a few weeks ago, and I laid on the couch in the basement for about 9 hours.
It's awesome.
But if you think about
It's
this,
kinda glorious.
think about it this way, because we'll be honest, we do milk cold. There is a man cold.
It's
Yeah.
real, and it's way
I mean,
worse
women
than
are tougher
anything.
than us when it comes to like physical harm and like
Sure.
they
I
give
could
birth
admit
to
that.
kids. I mean, I've seen it. Yeah, they're tougher than us.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, when the man cold hits, like don't even look at me.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Let me just.
I'm in the
rot
Yeah, but here's
here
the thing.
and die.
I
Yeah.
think there's some validity to the man cold, because what we would rather do is take 24 hours and then be back to normal
Yeah.
Right.
versus fighting through it over and over and then you're sick for 3 weeks.
Right.
That's what I try and justify, at least.
That's a good way to do it. I mean, I don't know if that's it, but it sounds good.
You know me, I try and justify everything.
I like it. It works. But yeah, I'm worthless when it comes to that. I
Yeah.
don't feel good. I need soup. But it only lasts for like a day. Then I'm badass
Right.
again. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the man. My wife would say
Speaking of badass, so let's
go
go
ahead.
back to Disney Plus for a minute.
Yeah.
yes,
It's
please.
funny you said that you popped on Aladdin first. That was the first movie I watched.
Well,
too.
I was like,
I didn't watch the whole thing, but like,
you never remember like what Disney made. Like, I mean, obviously, you remember, you think Disney, you think animation.
sure.
So I'm like, Aladdin, sold. Like, I have
Yeah.
to watch Aladdin right away. I mean, R.I.P. Robin Williams. How great is he?
Yeah, he's
amazing.
How
fantastic.
much do you miss Robin Williams?
Did you see the new Aladdin?
No.
No. So it will be on Disney Plus, I think the 8th. They're
Did
putting
you?
it on. Yeah, I saw it in theater.
Was it good?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
Here's
Will
the deal with
Smith
the
over
Will-
Robin Williams?
Will Smith did a fantastic job. Now, look, I'm not going to say he was better because Robin Williams was amazing.
Yeah.
Can't believe I'm losing to a rug. He's so good.
Will Smith does a fantastic job. And it's
Okay.
a different movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
it's
right,
the
right.
same story and everything else, but like the premise of it is the same, and like the quirks and mannerisms are the same that Will Smith does, and he just does a really good job.
But let's be honest.
I was pleasantly surprised, I guess is what I'm going to say.
Let's be honest about something. Princess
Go for it.
Jasmine. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
come on.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I do love me some jazz.
You're not wrong.
But no, it's a great movie. We went. It's funny because like you haven't watched those movies in so long.
Right.
You turn on Lion King, you turn on Aladdin. I mean, then you realize like, oh, Disney made The Sandlot. Remember the Titans. Great flicks.
Going through
Or
Disney
they've
Plus for
acquired
the
them
first
over
time.
the years, but yeah.
But you go through Disney Plus and you see what's in there. Like I spent hours
Oh, yeah.
when I first got it, just seeing all the different movies, and then you start finding the old shows that were like around when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
I just watched Heavyweights, Babysitter.
Yeah,
That's
Heavyweight's
fantastic.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is.
Ben Stiller's best work right there.
One of them, yeah.
What's his name in that movie?
Tony Perkis.
yeah.
Tony Perkis. The Perkis system. Yeah.
Good.
We watched Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, or Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
yeah.
Shrunk. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was two of those,
Blew Up the
right?
Kid. So there's Honey, I
There's
Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, I Blew Up the Kids, and then I
Blew
Shrunk
Up
the Kids again, or Blew Up the Kids again.
Yeah, there's like
Lost
a
the
third
kids.
one.
I don't know. Yeah. There was-
Lost the Kids.
I don't know.
Sold the Kids.
But that first one is so good.
The first one's
Like,
the best.
and I had my 4-year-old, my
Right.
son Gibson. He watched the whole thing start to finish with me. Like he was into it. He thought it was the funniest thing ever.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
So, which is hard for him to do with like live movies, like not cartoon movies. I mean, he'll do it if it's really
You got it. It has to be good.
like
has
he'll
to
do it
catch
for
their-
like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
something he's really into. But
So, Mark, have you watched Mandalorian?
No, you guys will probably get on me about this, but I'm not into Star Wars.
That's fine. No, we're not gonna get it on yet.
are you a Trekkie or are you
No.
just not into that?
I've
genre?
never been a sci-fi type
Gotcha.
dude.
That's
No.
all right. That's all right.
But
I'm just
no,
checking.
my-
I'm just checking because I know Ian had a feeling about Mandalorian.
My girlfriend Molly's
so-
watched Mandalorian because of Baby Yoda, pretty much, but that's about it.
I mean, Baby Yoda is pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, it's cute.
I'm only 4 episodes in still.
Is that it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well.
so I'm halfway through it.
Oh.
All right, look,
Oh. Well.
my wife and I have been dying to find a show that we can watch together.
and you guys have really been watching it together a lot, haven't you?
We've watched all 4 episodes together.
How long has it been?
Dude,
Well,
have you-
the problem is that freaking Hallmark movie season got in the way, and she had to watch that.
Those movies
crap,
are
so-
literally the worst. There's so many
I'll-
good
I'll give you a
Christmas
show.
movies out there.
have you watched Peaky Blinders?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
yeah. Peaky
It's a really
Blinders.
good show.
I mean, I'm not gay, but Thomas Shelby is a very, very attractive man, and I know every woman just drools over him.
Yeah, my wife wasn't into the show. She tried.
What?
Yeah,
What about there's a new show out, The Witcher?
I heard
I
that's
tried
good.
watching that.
I haven't watched
tried
any of it
watching
yet.
the first episode. I
heard-
never.
I heard it's a slow
did
kind
the
of
comics
start.
or played the games or anything.
It's a
so
game.
it was a comic first. I
And
think.
okay, I don't know. I just knew it was a show on Netflix that people are talking about.
Yeah, then it was a game. It was supposed to be an awesome game. I just never played it.
Yeah.
And so it's what's his name? He played
Superman.
Superman, yeah.
that guy.
I don't know. The action was kind of cool so far, but
Yeah, well,
it was hard to follow.
So you watched one episode?
Yeah,
And it was slow start.
and I was also like doing other stuff, so it wasn't.
well, let's be
actually
honest. So
sitting
if
down.
I'm binge watching a show, a lot of the time I'm playing on my phone or something.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
That's why I had a tough time with like Narcos and stuff because I had to like there was
Oh yeah, if you have to read
subtitles.
Oh my
subtitles.
gosh, yeah,
There's subtitles
Narcos
in-
is good.
Yeah, I watched the first season. I didn't see Narcos Mexico or whatever was that what it was?
Narcos Mexico, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched them both. You guys seen Ozark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Ozark's good.
Ozark's
Third one's
good,
coming
yeah.
out.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I just last year, I can't assume last year now, it's 2020, but it took me this long, but last year I pounded out Sopranos. I loved it until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Breaking Bad. And I don't, like, I liked Breaking Bad, but it wasn't like one of those, like, oh, it's a great show ever.
Really?
I love Breaking Bad.
Breaking
was
Bad's
good.
probably my favorite show of all time.
I was a big, huge, still am. I'd rewatch if it was on Netflix, is Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, that was a good
That
show.
was good. You
Love
know when
that
you know when I
show.
stopped
Love
That was
watching
good
it?
for like 5 seasons.
I think the last season and a half. No,
They just started repeating shit.
Kind of. Yeah.
It's like any one of those shows though. They just get to.
But you guys
It's just,
saw it.
they overstay their welcome, and
You
they just,
saw it
they
all-
just- and it's just too much. It gets to be too much.
You saw it all the
They're
way
in-
through, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He killed his mother. I mean,
Yeah.
that's insane.
So I didn't watch the last like 4 episodes.
Oh,
When did-
really?
When did when did Opie die?
Yeah, once Opie died, that was hard. Well, and then
that sucked when Opie died.
what's his name? Shit. Who's the other one that died? I can't
Yeah, that's been a
remember.
while,
It's been
man.
a while.
Well, yeah, Jax blew away Gemma in
Yeah.
a garden.
Yeah.
Gone. And
Well,
then-
thanks guys. I was gonna
yeah,
watch that.
Spoiler alert.
Damn it.
No, that was a really good show though overall. But
I loved it.
Breaking Bad though was like, I mean,
It's
I've watched
phenomenal.
that probably 3 or 4 times all the way through.
Well, the thing is that the reason I watched Sons was that my parents and I loved The Shield,
Okay, yeah,
and that ended. I thought that was a great show,
yeah.
and then I'm like, yeah, I was still living at home at the time. And shoot, they're so long ago, and I'm like, I'm gonna check out the Sons of Anarchy, and just got hooked from day one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was good.
It was a good show. I used to love it, man.
Well, and
I
that
did.
was back too.
That was when you can-
that was on Tuesday nights.
Tuesday
I remember.
nights, yeah, like 10
Yep.
o'clock or something.
And
Yeah.
that was back. I actually miss the. That's the one nice thing about Mandalorian, which I haven't followed through with it. But like,
But
well,
yeah,
even though
it's out like
they went out on different
episodically
dates
or whatever
too.
you would
They went
say.
on different dates. Like it wasn't like every Sunday
yeah, it
or
would be
whatever.
like a Tuesday or a
Yeah.
Saturday. It was
Right.
weird how they did
I
it.
liked looking forward to Tuesday nights at 10 o'clock.
It gives
or
you something to look
whatever.
forward to during the week.
Right.
It helps you to break up the week a little bit, have something to look forward to in the middle of the week. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Because like if you have Netflix,
Yeah, it's almost
you
overwhelming.
can watch a whole season.
Yeah.
Is there any like trash television you watch? Like a
Trash
show,
television?
like there's shows you hooked on that you just have to watch, even though you know it's garbage.
You know what? Not in a long time.
See, I'm an MTV junkie. 'Cause I was a huge,
MTV,
Okay,
huh?
I got one.
I was a huge Jersey Shore fan. I met 2 of them. Kid you not. I lived in Jersey for 2 years, and I met the Situation when he was like sober, like their last season filming in Jersey.
Also, when he was
Yeah, and then a couple of them when we're out. But yeah, I watched that and like The Challenge, and I'm still hooked on that crap.
Yeah, they still have those shows. The only thing I know that's like on MTV is like
the
Wilding Out or something. Wilding
The Challenge
Out.
has hit like 34 seasons.
That's terrible.
Yeah. And it's entertaining because they just all manipulate each other, and it's for a ton. Dude, they went for like $2 million this year. It's a ton of money. It's a ton of money.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I have like
haven't seen any of
guilty
that stuff.
pleasures, but I don't know if it's probably trash TV. I don't know. So on Netflix, there's a show called The 100,
Okay.
and it's like what is that like? I don't know. It's like a disaster story where they send 100 kids. They live up in the space station because Earth's uninhabitable, and they send 100 kids down to test it out. It's Lord of the Flies. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
It's kind
there
of like
you go,
Lord
yeah.
of the Flies, where
I watched the first 2 seasons of that show. It was really good.
dude,
I heard
there's
it's a
like
lot
6
different,
or
though.
7 now.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so bad, but so good.
That sounds
entertainment,
awful.
though.
That sounds awful.
I mean, Lord of the Flies was phenomenal.
It's so bad, but so good.
I'm behind too on this, but I'm on House of Cards, like season
It's a good show.
almost season 5.
I stopped watching that when
Spacey's up in
Spacey
that.
did his
Do
thing.
you like how like all his witnesses are dead?
Yeah, I know, right?
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
all
I think
that
the only thing I just finished watching all the way through for the second time was Entourage. I just randomly put it back
That's
on
right, you
again.
did.
Good stuff.
Half-hour
It was a
episode.
great show.
It was so good.
What about Ballers? You guys ever watch Ballers?
I
I
did
watched
watch
a couple
Ballers.
seasons of
I
that.
did not watch Ballers.
Yeah, we watched the final
That
season.
was good.
Ballers is good. Rock's good. The Rock's
Yeah,
is good.
yeah, he's solid.
I mean, you would think The Rock would be, but he was great in WWE.
Yeah, I mean, he's always been great.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
Speaking of The Rock,
Mm.
you guys seen the new Jumanji?
I've not.
No.
I
Larry?
heard it was good.
Hmm.
Thanks for your input, Larry.
Yeah, thanks.
Solid
Thanks,
job.
Larry.
Solid
Whoa,
job.
Larry.
Hey,
Hey,
Larry,
Larry,
Larry.
dude. Turn off the mics. Jeez, dude.
All right, Mark. So, movies and shows aside,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
daughter's 4 months old, sleeping pretty well. What has you nervous coming up in the next for 2020?
Oh, good question.
2020 or just future in general?
Well, yeah, future in general. Like, in regards to your daughter, like, what are you kind of nervous about? What's something maybe we can ease some of your fears or
Make 'em
enhance
worse.
them?
Not really nervous because it's all a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
Just feeding, changing diapers, making sure they're healthy. Obviously you don't want them to get sick. Putting them in the right position, right situations. Eventually when Molly goes back to work, it's like, are we going to do daycare?
Mm-hmm.
I have issues with that because like schooling,
Mm-hmm.
like when she started school, kids bullying my daughter,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to want to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents of that child,
Mm-hmm.
when she starts dating boys, everyone's talked about it. The bad boy scene is happening at my household.
I love that.
Such a good scene, by
Not
the way.
fears. I guess my biggest fear would be is failing as a parent,
Sure.
which I just want to be a good dad.
Yeah.
And you don't want to suck and you don't want to, be a deadbeat. And,
Right.
you want your daughter to be proud of you. Obviously you want your daughter to live longer than you. And, when she's, not to get sentimental, but when I'm, putting 6 feet under that, she was proud of her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's my biggest fear.
Well, no, that's
you know?
that's
awesome.
good though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a healthy
Straight to that one. Hey.
fear. Yeah, hey, cheers.
Sorry, I got a little deep there, boy.
No, that's
That's what it's all
good.
about, man.
We
That's
like
what it's all
getting
about.
deep.
That's what, damn it.
That's what she said.
There you go. I was waiting for it. I teed you up
You did
before
see me
and
up,
you
and
missed
I said it, and I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing?
No, I think that's a good healthy fear to have. I mean,
Right.
like almost anything else in life, I think a little dose of fear pushes you to do better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Right.
and constantly like seek self improvement. And all
Absolutely.
right, what
And
are
if
we doing?
If you're aware of that, and that's like a fear of yours to be, you say that you want to make sure that you're a good father. Well, then that's awesome,
Right.
Right?
Well,
Because
no-
I mean, that's what our biggest fear is. I mean, we don't want to be
Right.
deadbeats.
No,
you know?
no.
But
parent-
there are people out there that don't really give a shit.
Right.
So-
No, they don't. They don't give two shits, and they don't care about their kids, and that's why you see some of these kids growing up that just they had such a rough lifestyle, and they turn out to be assholes when
Right.
they're older.
And
You know.
Well, my dad said something. My dad actually came on the podcast over the summer, and he was a cop for a long time. And he always said, what did he say? He said something like,
He said if he
went to go pick up an asshole.
He said if the asshole answers, no, what did he say? If you drop off an asshole, bigger asshole answers the door.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean, it makes sense. Like, apple doesn't fall far from the tree, all that kind of stuff.
They're learning
it's
from their
true.
parents.
They're going to learn from you. And they learn from their friends and everything else. And so it's important now to get those values down. So that way, when they're making friends, they're choosing the right people to be friends with.
Right. And you look to like what you've been raised on. I mean, my grandfather, he passed about like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, man,
he
sorry
was
to hear that.
85. Yeah, cancer. He bothered a great guy. I mean, it was, and, and I look to like the way he raised 6 kids, and with my dad, the way he raised me and my sisters. I have 2 younger sisters. And you just want to be like them.
Yeah,
they just show no parent's perfect, no marriage is perfect, no relationship is perfect, doesn't exist. And if you think that, you're just a bigger asshole than everyone.
Right, right.
So, but no, I mean, yeah, just want to be a good day, man. That's all.
good.
That's awesome, man.
Well, so if I could, so I own childcare centers for my real job.
Right.
And so one thing I would say is, with that fear going ahead, and I'm calling it fear, I'm not saying that in a negative term. I'm saying it as a way to push you to make decisions, that's right for you and your family.
Right.
Definitely, do your research and find out. I know that's a scary thing. I can tell you that there are good places out there. You guys are on the west side and everything, so more than willing to help you out, and I can find some.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah. The good thing is too. The good thing is too. With my nephew. My nephew's 8 months, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
Sure about that, but no, I'm an idiot. He's gonna be 1 next month. So yeah. 11 months.
Yeah, there you go.
She goes to a family. He goes to a family friend around the corner from they've known me my whole life. So we have that option too.
Sure.
The option is just save money as best we can with if Molly can land a job from home. Able to work from home. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things that you have to weigh, and again, whatever works for you and your family, I would say look at all of the options, because there are options out there. Sometimes it's good for a family to keep the kid at home or kids at home, and sometimes it's all going to depend on who your kid is. As they start developing more personality, some kids need to be around other kids more.
Right.
Some kids can never be around kids and then just jump right in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
right.
That's something to look into. And
because every kid's different. I mean, we have both of my kids in daycare, at his actually. Oh, go figure.
Just shove the business that way.
Yeah. But no, it is. Yeah, I told him to turn it down.
Oh. Yeah.
But it's great though for my kids. My kids love it. I will say this though, a kid going to school for the first time. Yeah, don't worry about it. A kid going to school for the first time, whether it be daycare or kindergarten, what have you, just be prepared to be sick.
Yeah.
Right. Dude, I had stuff.
Right.
Yeah. My kids were coming home with stuff that I never had.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing. But the thing is, though, it's like, deal with it now,
right,
or when they're 6 years old.
Right.
And I mean, both my kids, the first year was tough for them. I mean, they both got sick a lot. Yeah. And after that, they're both solid now, man. It's been
Yeah, I mean, it does build like an immune system after a while. So,
but as far as like personality, just being around other kids and having some type of structure from like other adults minus ourselves, you know, it's I feel like it's really good for them. So I mean, it's different for everybody, like Ian said.
Right.
Like my brother, his daughter was at home, and then she just started going to I guess it's like what's at St. Gabe's for like 3-year-olds.
Like the Learning Loft?
Learning Loft.
Yeah.
And she's just phenomenal. Like she loves it there, and she's around other kids all the time. What's that?
Interesting.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Ian's mad.
No, yeah. I mean, look, I'm a big believer in promoting social emotional health.
Right.
So that sounds like a fancy term, but really what that means is getting kids integrated with other kids and learning how to learn and play in a group setting. It just sets you up for everything else that they're going to have to do. School, work, college, all that kind of stuff. You're in a group setting. You have to learn how to work with other people.
Right.
Right. And so I'm a big believer in starting that as early as you can. And look, it works out just fine for plenty of kids who never saw another kid until they went to kindergarten. But,
absolutely. Every kid's different, like we said. So, I mean, it's.
We're never ones to tell you, this is the way it has to be. We never talk about that.
Hell no.
just kind of throwing out what we've gone through.
Right, exactly.
So
yeah, well, as Ian said, he could help you out with that. Find you a good place if that's what you're into.
yeah, I mean, the nice thing is that I know how to kind of read, all the inspection reports for any licensed place is public information, so you can look those up.
Right, true.
They're a little difficult to read sometimes, like the terminology and everything else. So I can always help out.
And
with that,
obviously, the media's no help. You hear the horror stories.
Oh
and all
yeah,
that shit.
media's
God,
crap
man.
with
I mean,
that.
okay, let's talk about that. You see these reports that come across, and these teachers just abusing these kids.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? There's this one I saw. And this little girl's getting her diaper changed. She's like about the age, like Sloan and Ben's age. And this lady's just smacking the kid in the face as she's changing the diaper. And they got this on video. And I could not watch. I couldn't even finish watching the video.
Yeah.
I was so fucking mad watching it.
So here's the problem.
And it killed
What
me.
possesses you to do
That's
that?
what I mean. I'm like, you could get angry. I get it. Like, just take a deep breath. I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but
Yeah.
that's an innocent child, like a helpless child that you're just beating on.
Here's the problem. The childcare industry, while it's super regulated, there's way too many childcare facilities to be regulated properly.
Right.
So like we get inspected twice a year at least. Usually we get like 3 or 4 a year. That's pretty average. But 3 or 4 times a year, that's not that much, right? Like you have to rely on the people that are running the place and the teachers that are there in order to do the right thing. So you have to build that trust before you're ever going to drop your kid off, right? Like
Well, it could be scary for anybody to do that. You don't know
100%.
what you're dropping them off into.
And then, so compounding onto that is that just like in any other field or any other industry, people have bad days, right? Like you have a bad day, you do something that you're not supposed to, you cut a corner, whatever. The difference is now you're dealing with people's whole worlds and children.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Kids, yeah. It's just,
like there's things that we do that go above and beyond to make sure that kind of stuff doesn't happen. Of course we have all of our rules and we background check all of our people and we generally make sure that they're good people before we ever put them into a classroom. But on top of that, like we have extra people on staff, which costs me money
Oh, yeah.
to make sure that if somebody needs a break, like they have the ability to say, hey, I need to take 20 minutes.
Quick time out. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we'll do
Right.
that. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I mean, we implemented that a couple of years ago and it's because I never want to be in the news.
No.
Never.
oh, hell no. Especially for something like that. And it's like,
You
it's
know.
nice too because you have somebody, you have 2 in a classroom.
Yeah.
You monitor each other.
Right.
So be like, hey, you need to go.
Yeah,
take
we
a
got
walk.
2 in a classroom.
You know what I mean?
We have
Like,
somebody walking around at all times, just checking up on people, and it does. It
'Cause, I mean,
cuts
well-
into what kind of money you can make. But
I'll give
What
these,
am I gonna do?
I'll give these
Yeah.
teachers credit too because I mean, I know how children can test you.
sure,
I know how my kids can test me, and I'm like, can you imagine being in a classroom? Just
right. Oh, I mean,
and
I've
they all
done it.
they feed off of each other, and it's like
But that, I mean,
I've had to do it.
more power
all
to them because I couldn't do it.
That starts in the home, man. It
Yeah.
all
Oh, for
starts
sure.
in the home.
But you know
It
the thing is
does.
too. The thing is though, you figure you have these little kids in a room. Say you have a bunch of 3-year-olds in a room together, and one starts getting a little out of control.
All it takes is one.
It takes one kid, and then all of them will get excited, and they're like, they want to join in, and it's
Right.
like that's where it's tough because you're dealing with kids that can't really control their emotions, and they get excited easily, and it's
Yep.
like
Right, right.
and they're having fun. So it's like,
But when it works well, and you have a good environment, and you have teachers that care and can be patient and do everything the right way, like it's amazing what I get to see kids go from being literally 6 weeks old till when they're 5 or 6 years old, going off to kindergarten. They're just see them develop all these skills, and you're like, oh no, that's crazy. Like they are ready to go.
well, I hope mine are from your daycare.
100%, dude. No, like your kids have. I mean, all of our kids. I mean, my kids started that early.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they went there just the same as your kids, and
well, mine has been.
well, right, Ben had to take some
That's a
time
different
off.
story,
He was-
but yeah, he had health issues, but other
Oh,
than
okay.
that, he's great now.
But yeah, no, I
So-
mean, like all those stories and everything can be scary. Don't let it deter you from trying to find the right fit for your family.
Right,
Like,
right,
if
exactly, yeah.
if that ends up being the right fit, do your due diligence and try and find the right place because they're
For
out
sure,
there.
you should do your research
They're out
because it's
there.
for your daughter, right? I mean, that's your world, and you want to protect them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
exactly.
That's the most important thing. But yeah, I feel like I don't know. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Hey, we say whatever works for you.
Whatever.
Hey, she's what, 4 months old?
Yeah,
you got some time, man.
You got a little bit of time.
You know, you'll figure it out. And that's the thing I'm scared about, like trying to figure out how we're gonna do elementary school. Like I have to work. You know, like my wife, like, and then you have to start figuring out like getting them home, like rides and like.
Yeah.
I don't have the flexibility to just be able to go pick my kid up at 2:00 and bring him home. I have to stay at work till 5. Same thing with my wife, you know. So you just got to start thinking about stuff like that, after school care and things
tough,
like that.
man.
Do you travel for?
I do not. No, I'm mostly. I mean, I do once in a while, but
Right.
for the most part, I'm in town. So
Okay.
but that's good. But it's just trying to figure everything out. It's just trying to. It'll work out. I just think about like my mom had. You know, it's 3 boys, and she had to figure out babysitters for us after school because she had to work. My dad had to work. You know, it's like
Yeah, same thing with my parents. I mean, they had 3 kids. I mean, my mom was a nurse. My dad was a bright guy, so he was up early, and my mom was working second shift, so it kind of worked out where
okay,
he
so
could
he
get
was
home
home
early enough, and that's the way it worked. You know.
We had a good babysitter like till, you know, that we went to, but like when we were like once I was 12, I was at home with my brothers, which leads me into the next conversation here. 12-year-olds being at home by themselves now, it's like. It's not even the same anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I see these. You see all this stuff on the news now. It's just about all the crazy shit that's going on. It's just freaking terrifying.
So the other day it was nice out, and my wife was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go around the treadmill." Or no, she was like, "I'm gonna go for a jog outside." I was like, "Well, I have to go. I had to do something I couldn't remember, and I couldn't take the kids with me." And I was like, "Honestly, they're probably fine just to run around the neighborhood." She lost her mind. She's like, "Do you do that? Do you leave for a little bit?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. But like, they're probably fine.
They probably are, but yeah."
Like, we got cameras in the house. Like,
Yeah, they're just put the TV on. Give them their tablet.
Right. Yeah, no, she lost her.
No, I mean I
freaking
get
mind.
it. I get it. Like so.
I mean, my kids are 4 and 2.
Yeah, so they're not really gonna be able to.
Right. Yeah.
They really
You know
would
what,
be
dude,
for a 20-minute jog.
Put a couple of cups out there. Turn the TV on.
Yeah, throw a cardboard box out there.
Leave the window open.
Yeah.
So there's some air in the
Put
house.
a bowl of water on the floor.
Yeah, they're fine. The kids will be fine. You know, throw the TV on. Yeah, it's fine. No, but like it's like just it's so terrifying. Like they showed that map someone posted the other day of like all the child abductions, like
Yeah. It's scary, man.
the
It's
human
people just-
trafficking. I saw this video the other day. A mom and her daughter were walking down the street. This girl was 16, by the way. And this car pulls up and just grabs the woman's daughter. They throw the mom to the ground, throw this girl in the back of the car, and just drive away.
It's insane.
This shit's just happening every day. It's insane.
It's insane.
Dude, I feel like if that shit happened, I'd be like
Dude,
Denzel Washington
Oh,
and
yeah.
Man on Fire.
No, I'm what's his name?
Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's
Yeah.
I'll
though.
find you. and I will
Liam
kill you.
Neeson's. Oh, what a good sketch.
Took 2.
Yeah.
You ever
Academy
see those
Award
Key and
winning-
Peels?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh, my God.
The Key and Peele talking about Liam Neeson is one of the best
It's
things.
the best thing ever. If you haven't
Academy
watched it,
Award
you need to
winning
watch it.
performance, classic Liam Neeson's.
Oh, God. I got to watch that when we're done.
Yeah, we will. We'll put it
Yeah.
up there. Ian will throw it across the screen.
Yeah,
I haven't
you
said
know
that in a
that.
while.
Yeah, you haven't.
I've been leaving it out.
I appreciate that.
All right, hey, do me a favor.
Yeah, what's with this high life? You kind of
What's the high
started
life?
talking about it.
Yeah. So, well, ever since you guys told me to come on the podcast, I said, well, my dad's a big High Life drinker, so I'll toast it. It's so awful. I keep High Life in the fridge when they come in town, but
Yeah.
I was like, I'll toast one to my dad.
That's
Hey,
cool.
cheers, man.
I like that.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers to your dad as well.
Yeah, he's a good.
Cheers
dude.
to all the dads out
Cheers to
there.
all the
dude.
dads.
He's a good dude.
All
I
right.
love that, man. I love that.
All right, so one of the things that we really like to capture is what we call a proud dad moment. So, proud dad moment can either be something, in your case, that you're proud of your daughter for. Now she's 4 months old.
Yeah.
So I realize that it could be limited, but maybe not. You can certainly come up with something there.
Or
proud of yourself, like you took a step back and said, "Holy shit, I made that happen," and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think when she came out, yeah,
That's a good one, actually.
She had a C-section, and there's a whole football team in there.
Yeah.
And when she came out, she squeaked, and then they cleaned her off and handed it to me. And when when she squeaked, I cheered up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then that was it. I said, I can't believe we did this, and it's crazy, and she's alive and kicking. So
That's awesome. It is pretty
right.
amazing. It's a surreal.
The whole thing is insane.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
And it's not even realistic until it happens. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could say you're prepared for it. And there's nothing you do, and you're just standing there.
You can't do anything. You didn't do anything for 10 months anyways. You just get yelled at for
Right.
weird
Jesus,
shit.
man.
But
You have to go.
God, women are crazy. But
It could be scary.
no, and it's like, what do? You can't do, especially if you're trying to breastfeed. You still can't do anything.
Yeah, talk about the most helpless feeling in the world.
it is.
What do I do? Like, you can change a diaper, and that's about it.
Here's a glass of water.
Clean some.
Fuck you. Damn it, I'm trying.
Yeah.
It's true though, man. But that whole moment though, like when
It's the
when
ultimate.
the baby
proud
comes
dad
out and
moment.
it's like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, and then
It's
like
amazing
every
the
emotion
feelings,
hits
yeah.
you.
That feeling's like this is it.
Yeah.
Boom, game changer.
Yeah, and it is.
Yeah.
And it hits you
was
instantly.
And the best thing was, and we went to Fairview Hospital, and they were fantastic.
That's good.
Fantastic. And we were in for 5 days. So by the last day, and they insisted, they had a nursery.
Mm-hmm.
So they insisted that they take the little one at night for a couple hours so the parents can sleep. And I'm like, no, I feel like a terrible parent because there's no nursery at home. There's us. That's it. No, the nurse was like, no, we're doing it. So I'm like, okay.
Get a couple hours of sleep.
Yeah, I mean, she's healing up. I'm just like sleep deprived, and then the only time I left was to go home and let the dog out.
Yeah.
And that was it. Or if I walked and got lunch somewhere, or whatever.
Yeah.
Try not to eat that, shit cafeteria food.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
Which it wasn't too bad. I had it like twice, but no, I mean, it's just after that. It's like you leave that hospital, and that drive. Oh my gosh!
How fast did you go?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't. We dipped through the metro parks to go home, and like anyone got close, like you wanted to like just straight road rage. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Dude, I remember
There's a baby on board.
Yeah,
Damn it!
I know.
first kid, man. I'm going down 271, and I got white knuckling on 10 and 2, going
yep.
38 miles an hour on 271.
Oh, it's 30 in the metro
Yelling at
parks. I think I was doing
people.
31. Yeah, I mean it was.
Second kid, bro, I was doing 75.
Yeah, you're fine. Nah,
Yeah,
you're
that one's fine.
man.
They'll survive.
We gotta get home.
These seats are so.
Well, it's like now,
Safe.
when we get in the car now, she's fine.
Yeah.
She's not, fragile mode,
Yeah.
But that's a really good
It's
proud
scary,
dad
though.
moment, though. Actually, I think you're the first one, and we've been doing this for almost a
33
year now.
episodes.
That said that was their proud dad moment. So that's the ultimate proud dad moment. You know what I think's cool about that moment is, what I remember is like seeing, like, because you're terrified going up to it, like, right? There's stuff happening that you never thought that you'd have to witness and everything
Things that
else.
you just ever have to see.
You have no idea what the
sounds
next
and-
sounds.
right.
And like, I'm like, don't you need that? Like,
That looks
man.
important.
And you're like at a
Right.
stadium. The lighting in there is insane.
Oh, dude, it's like a rock concert.
I'm
Like,
like,
I'm
God.
seriously like, and it's, God bless him. It was like 10 women in there, me, and Molly's puking like The Exorcist, and I'm like, you guys are talking about like what you're doing for dinner. I'm like, shouldn't you be paying attention?
Do you guys see
what are
what's
you
happening
doing?
down there? Look.
There is a baby coming.
Would you just look at it?
Yeah.
But what's crazy is, though, when that baby comes out
Right.
and like there's like a calm, and you're like, all right, I'm ready for this. Like, even though you know that you're not ready for it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you almost feel like a sense of calm. Like, all right,
It's
I'm
like
proud
that-
of this. It's
It's like
like
that man up feeling.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
man
For
up,
sure. You have to.
Right.
You got to do it.
Yeah.
right. I think that's a cool feeling. So
Right.
That's
Very good.
awesome, man. I like that.
very good. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's a game changer, man. Like
Yeah.
that, and it's been like a domino effect with some close friends. My one buddy's doing like 2 weeks here. Another buddy, his wife are due, in like 7 weeks, so like 2 months almost. And it's like
Yeah,
it's cool because she'll
that's
have
awesome.
friends.
That's awesome. I mean,
That's
that's
cool
how
you can
that's
do
what
it,
we
yeah.
have.
Yeah, we
I
have
mean,
a group
and
of
that's
friends.
honestly why we started this, is because we realized pretty quickly. Excuse me. We realized pretty quickly, like, not everyone is as fortunate as we are to like go through it all at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, like if you have friends that are going through it, like you can bounce stuff off of each other. You can hang out. Like when we want to get the kids together, like that's really an excuse for us to get together.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Hang
Some
out
beers and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and it's great. So
Do all kinds of activities together and shit. It's a lot of fun. And we can bounce, like you said, bounce ideas off each other, learn
Right.
from each other.
right.
So that'll be cool. Like once your friends start having their kids and everything.
Yeah.
And you're kind of on the lead with this, so you can be like, hey, here's my experience. And
Yeah, and
You can
the
help
great-
them out.
The great thing is, one of my good buds. I mean, he's got 2. I mean, he's outnumbered, man. He's Team Estrogen in him is his house. It's
Oh, yeah.
2 daughters and his wife. And he's like, and they're done. They're done. But no, I mean, I bounce stuff off them. They're like, it's be prepared for this.
It's better than any book.
It is
Better than
for
any
sure.
book.
For sure. Than any book.
Someone you trust.
Joe Schmo wrote.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck that person is. Who cares?
Right.
I don't care what they say.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another thing we do is a dad hack. Now, this might be, I mean, you might have something. I don't know. It's kind of early in your fatherhood career here, but you want an example of a dad hack?
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. So mine, this might work for you.
Yeah, I was going to say yours would be perfect for him.
So your daughter might be easy to change her diaper right now. I don't know if she's kicky when you're changing her diaper at all.
Right.
Well, eventually they start getting worse. They fight you when you're trying to get them dressed and everything. So one of the dad hacks that I came up with, thank you, is changing the child's pants, for example, is you, instead of trying to put the pant legs on one at a time or at the same time, it's impossible because they start kicking. So what I would do is I'd grab one pant leg, put it on, and I would push the pant leg all the way up to the top of their thigh.
Right.
So that one's stuck. They're not kicking that one off. And you pull the other one over after that, and it's perfect. It's the easiest thing ever. It really works like a charm. And Ian, I know you tried
it. When you're just listening to it, especially with a 4-month-old who's not really kicking yet.
Oh, she'll kick.
She is. But not.
She'll get stronger and she'll start
when
kicking.
she gets stronger and stuff like that. Here's the thing. It doesn't sound like that would be a big deal. Like, I was struggling with this. My daughter, she actually now, even still, so she's 2.5. She, every time I have to go put pants on her, she's like, kick daddy. I'm like, no, we're not kicking daddy. Like we're just getting dressed here. But it can be a pain in the ass. And
they're how about daddy kicks you?
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, do it again and see what happens.
But no, it works. Like,
it does work,
like, rather than just like putting it over the ankle, because that's what I think that's the natural thing to do. You kind of roll the pants up, put it over the ankle, and then you leave it, and you put the other one on.
And they kick it off.
And they kick it off.
Right.
You put it all the way up, and it works.
I'm telling you, man, you'll get there. And my son would roll around like a freaking dolphin. The kid was insane. He would just like flip around, and he couldn't. He was like, it was impossible to get him dressed.
What was your guy's like worst experience changing a diaper?
Steve's got a really good one.
Well, I have. Oh, Jesus. It has to do with poop.
Of course.
I guess
the crib one.
The crib. So my son's crying, and I'm like, he's probably fine, hoping himself back to sleep. So next thing I know, he's really pissed off. I'm like, I'm going in there. I check it out. What he did was he pulled his diaper off. So he pulled his diaper off. Well, he pooped. He took his diaper off, and then he had it. And I could just see he's holding onto the railing, and I just see poop just smeared across it. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I'm like, I turn on the lights. I just grab him. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I don't even know what to do. My wife's at work.
Shower.
I needed two. I needed two people. But anyway,
it is. Bathing
in those situations, you need two people. So
Molly had to. I don't know where I was, but it was like bath night. She just tried. She's like, I'm gonna try by myself. I'm like, okay, you're gonna regret it. She texted me. Yep, I regret it.
You guys will get better. It'll get easier and easier, but you'll have like situations like that where it's like not
right. And not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
No, we got that plastic tub, which is great. Little drain the netting. It's awesome. Those purple squirt bottles, great. But she's like, she was like fussing. It was a fussy night. And then she'd put the towel on the floor, put the kid there, and then do it that way, where it's easy, where we both do it.
Yeah.
I bathe her, rinse her off really good. She's good. Just hand her off.
Yep.
It's fine. But yeah, it's a 2-person job. But
it is. But you'll get better at it. It'll get easier and easier. Like we're doing it like with 2 kids now. Yeah. And it's like it's just it works. You figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out.
But you're saying, I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah. But so I just needed another hand there, but I didn't have it, so I just took him to the bathtub and I just grabbed the sprayer and I'm just spraying shit off. So then I have him in the tub. I finally clean him up. I have
butt naked.
Not to mention I have shit all over my hands while I'm carrying him around. So I have to get him in the tub. I have to clean myself off, clean him off, then go to the crib and then clean that off. And then and I'm like, okay, well I know I have to sanitize everything.
Right. Yeah.
Because then you start thinking about like
pink eye.
Well, shit. Yeah. Like all the different infections, like all the crazy stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm like, and then you start Googling things. My wife's not home. So I'm like,
poop everywhere. Death.
If my son ingests his own feces, what will happen?
Do I just light the room on fire?
Do I just grab the
our
kids
insurance policy cover?
Yeah. Do I light the entire house? Do I get the kids out of the house and just leave?
Sir, what happened? My son shit himself everywhere.
Oh, we got another shitter over there. Another crib shitter over here. The fire department's there like, dude, we get it.
Yeah, we get it. Crib
Insurance
shitter.
won't cover this, though. Sorry. You admitted to it.
Right.
So, yeah, that's one of my worst diaper changing. But I mean, I'm telling you, man, you'll get things on you that you never wanted to get. I mean,
I know. What about you?
it's terrible.
My worst is actually not even with my kids. So this was a couple years ago when I was at the daycare center, or one of them, and so I was working the early shift because we had a call off, and it was like flu season. Everyone was sick, and so I had to work in one of the rooms, which isn't typical, but I can do it. I can step up and do it.
Right.
So I'm in the baby room because that's a pretty easy room for me. Like the kids don't talk back to me, and everything else. So I'm in there, and this kid who mom warned me. She's like, "Hey, he's been a little gassy." I'm like, "Okay, that's probably fine, whatever." And I mean, maybe 15 minutes after mom leaves, and so we have like these changing tables that they're up nice and tall, so you can just kind of stand up, change them, whatever. And this blowout. So we knew it happened, so I'm like, all right, I got this. The problem is after I took the onesie off and the diaper off, another blowout happened on top of this changing table thing.
Oh, on top, like while
Yeah.
the diaper was off.
The double down.
I'm telling you, it was bad enough that I took the thing and put it in the trash and went and bought a $400 new changing table.
Oh, I thought you meant you put the child in the trash. You're like, yeah, it was so bad. I just had to get rid of this kid.
No, man, like got the kid cleaned up and extra clothes and all that other kind of stuff. It was fine, but the change, the changing table, it's like this, like it's kind of like this material, like a plastic, whatever, not plastic, but
it's like this
kind of
material. Then it has like
material,
a pad on top of it.
And it has a pad on top of it, so the pad was definitely going in the garbage, no matter what.
Right.
We have extra of those laying around. It's fine. But the actual table, now, granted, it was a couple years old anyway. But like trying to clean like the crevices because it has like walls on the side.
It's getting everywhere. Yeah.
I was done.
I'm
not cleaning this thing anymore. I lifted and this thing's freaking heavy too. But I was like, all right, someone else come in here. I got to get this thing out of here. Lifted that bad boy up and just took it out to the dumpster. I was done.
Yeah,
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, we went.
That's a bad one.
Besides the blowouts and taking her to Simba underneath in the dump, but one of the first diapers I changed, like I thought it was good. Oh, wet diaper, no big deal. And then she's just, she's so young. She just starts peeing and just a chocolate ice cream coming out of the butt. I'm like, oh my God,
yeah.
help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
there's nothing you can do. It just
No, you
happens.
can't because they don't know until they're potty,
And
fully
the-
potty trained. And
I'm telling you, man, it's just the type of stuff that you just get used to it. It's like not even a big deal. I've had so much shit, puke, snot,
Oh yeah.
things. I just don't even care anymore. It doesn't even bother me anymore.
Yeah. It doesn't. You get over it.
It gets you'll be all right.
So
figure it out.
so back to a dad
Dad
hack.
hack.
We got to put you on the spot and you got to come up with something.
not really a dad hack, but the only thing I can think of right now is just speed. Just speed, like Mickey said in Rocky. Speed. No, I mean
It's
just
a great reference.
yeah. I mean
It is
just
phenomenal.
just speed. Like they went. You don't want them to go again and get their change table everywhere. So it's just like, and she's fascinated with this like little feather thing that hangs over the fan in her room. So she kind of oohs and ahs at that. She's like, I'm like, oh look, Meredith, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool, look, and then like wipe
Distraction.
right there.
Dude,
Yeah,
hey,
the
that's what I say,
distraction, yeah.
man. That's what it's-
Distraction.
Distraction is misdirection and distraction, man.
That is
Right.
a dad hack.
Yeah.
It is, man. Early
No,
on,
it's
too.
seriously-
You figured it out in 4 months. I mean, you find out like little things, little tricks like that, and it makes all the difference in the world.
And you know what? That particular like distraction, misdirection, things like that will work for a long
Well,
time.
it's like the same thing with the tub.
It will evolve.
It's like the same with bathing because I mean she's hit or miss lately. Like when we first started with her at a young age, because we were like, well, she's still young, but her first month or two, like once every 3 days we're bathing up. Now it's every other day just because
Right.
she's puking shit and whatever.
Yeah.
It's like hit or miss with her. She's like she'll just be fine, but
Right.
she's still developing those tear ducts. She gets those big eye
Yeah.
boogers, which are
Oh, yeah.
gross. So you're just in the best form that we found out is just a warm cloth wiping her eye. It's like when you get a sty, which are
Right,
awful
right.
and annoying, and that's how you get rid of them. And so we did that, but she was comfortable. This is what happened tonight before I got here. She was like peaceful, and then I tried to wipe her eye. She just went ballistic. She went nuts.
Yeah.
Whole bath, which is not long. It's 2 minutes.
Right,
It's a small baby, but yeah, it's just hit or miss with that, and just kind of find something to cheer up in the bath if she's cranky. But
I mean, a bath is always a good tool too
Right.
for like if you get them used to it. It's a good calm down tool.
I mean,
like,
shit, I'm
so
35. The shower's one of
Oh,
my
it's
favorite
fantastic,
things in the world.
right?
I love it.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes by yourself, and I
Yeah.
don't even hear it. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quiet
yeah,
time.
you're right. That's 100%. So yeah,
I like that.
that's a good dad hack.
Yeah.
I like it. That's
And you'll come up with a
certainly
lot
applicable.
more.
Oh,
But
yeah,
think
as you
about it
go.
though.
Yeah.
When you're doing something and you feel like something worked, take a mental note of that and be like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
I got to remember this. I got to
Right.
share this information with somebody because
she's not fussing because
this
of this
worked.
Yeah, right.
We've had some really good ones. What do we have? 32 other episodes
Yeah.
where guys have said what works for them, and that's why we love doing it. It's because we get to share that information out there. So that's really cool.
Have you guys always had like a dad guest, or just this kind of started?
Every single one.
Every single one.
That's pretty
From
cool.
day one.
No, that's not true. Actually, we've
done episodes with the two
3
of
or
us.
4 episodes with just us two.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we have a different dad on every week. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's
It's been awesome. It's been a lot of fun. Met a lot of cool people.
Just like
Learned a lot of new stuff from other people.
friends of friends or referrals, like I was.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
it
yeah.
started
Okay.
out with just like our friends that had kids, just to get us going, and then, I mean, other than maybe 1 or 2 people, I mean, I don't know. Have we really ever like solicited anyone and said, "Hey, why don't you come onto the show?"
No.
It's usually just like a referral, friend
Yeah.
of a friend, and said, "Hey, this guy would be great to come on your show," and it's been a lot of fun doing it that way.
Yeah, it has
Right.
been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have any friends,
Yeah. Well, yeah, you said you got a couple guys that are getting ready to have their first kids.
Yeah, I'll
even your buddy has two.
What we said was for January is we really wanted to try and get some guys, or at least for 2020, get some guys that are getting ready to have their first kid.
Yeah.
Because I think
Okay.
that's a whole different. We've had one guy, Matt Fafrek,
Yeah, we did.
and he had his daughter like 3 weeks after he came on the show.
Okay.
But that was a cool episode because, I mean, this guy was like book smart. Like he read every single parenting book. And
Oh,
so
he was
nerd.
But I actually caught
nerd.
up. I caught up with him. I caught up with him like maybe it was like right before Christmas, and checked in with him and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, half the stuff that I ever read wasn't right, but the other half really stuck. So we were pretty prepared, and he's doing well. So
Yeah, it's good.
I think it was just, I don't know, probably pure laziness on my part. I didn't read a book, but I kept thinking, I asked, I looked at my dad a lot for stuff, and you guys didn't read shit. He's like, no, you just figured
Listen.
it out.
You just figure it out.
listen,
your
everyone
kid. A book
learns
can help,
differently,
yeah.
though. Everyone learns differently.
Oh, for sure.
right?
I mean, like a book could help you.
It's your kid. You created. She's gonna have your.
What do you need?
That guy.
The good stuff.
But yeah, everyone learns differently, right? Like,
Right, she has
like
your
I would
mannerisms,
rather
your-
hear
yeah.
information than read information.
For
Now,
sure, for
I've
sure.
read a lot of books for whatever on different topics, but if I was to get the audio version or listen to the same content in like a podcast format, I would retain so much more.
Absolutely.
But that's just me.
Right.
Some people
I
need
retain it
to
a lot
read.
more by hearing it.
Well, it's everything I've learned in life has been hands on. I mean, I was never the greatest in school.
Right.
Like I wasn't.
Same.
I barely.
I could have been.
barely graduated high school, and I
Yeah.
did. I went to broadcasting school and did Tri-C for a year and a half. I
Yeah,
mean,
talk
it
to
really-
me about broadcasting school. Actually, I'm interested in that.
Do you want my honest opinion about it?
Yeah.
It's a fucking joke.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was just, it's a big scam.
So what do they do?
It's a 10-month program.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong, my internship was awesome. I was on WTM 1100
Oh, really?
when they were Clear Channel Radio. Now they're iHeartRadio.
Right.
And it was great. I was on the Bob France show. He was on before, ever trips
For
on.
Triv, yeah.
He was on before, and I'm still friends with Bob to this
Yeah.
day. He texts me every year and lets me know how Ohio State beat Michigan. And
Whoa.
whoa,
Stop. You a Michigan fan?
hail to victors.
He is. Didn't you hear him say something earlier about that?
Hail to the victors that aren't really
What
victors.
victors?
I know. I just ran. Walking out of the gym today. I was walking out of the gym this morning, this afternoon, and guy with the Michigan shirt on. He saw my hoodie, and he's like, "Go blue!" I'm like, "Go blue, man! I don't know where we're going, but
We're going somewhere.
We're going
We
somewhere."
are going. Hey, you had
But,
that game the other day.
No, I mean, it was my internship was awesome. I felt like that if I could have been there every day, like another buddy of mine was, I could have landed a position. But I was working for my dad at the time and going to school. I was running his other bread route. He was an independent contractor for Thomas Singers Muffins,
Yeah.
Brownberry Bread. I don't know what it's called now, but I was running his other route, so I had to work a couple days, so I couldn't be at the and it was early mornings, so I had to be there by 7, and I wasn't getting done till 10 anyway, so the show was pretty much over.
Right.
It was a great experience. That was the best part taken of it. But my placement guy, if I saw him today, Gary James, you fuck, I would punch him right in his face. I'd punch him right in his face. The closest thing I've ever gotten to an interview or any type of phone interview or location, he called me one day. He's like, how do you feel about moving to Iowa? I told him I was 24 at the time. So this was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
24. And I'm like, I'll go anywhere. I said, it was an on-air personality position. He's like, expect a call. And I remember sitting that day, that whole day, ignoring my buddies, still at home.
Right.
And my parents were like, oh, they were excited for me. You know? They're like, oh, they're like, are you going to be all right to go? I said, yeah, I'll be fine, whatever. Didn't have a nickel to my name, but I mean, I'm a Paydock man. We've been since I was 12. We don't come from money. But I said, I'll figure it out, whatever. But it's what I want to do with my life,
Sure.
I never called. Really? Never called. And all the resumes and demos I sent out, via email, nothing.
Really?
Yeah, and like they would
it's got to be a hard industry to crack.
He would send me these bullshit leads of like positions and stuff. I'm like, it is a tough, and I get the fact that it's you got to know the guy behind the guy to get in. Swingers reference there, by the way.
Yeah, I got it.
And,
well played.
And you do, and you got to know people, and like I said, thanks for letting me on because I love this shit. And no, it was cool. I met some great people, and we had a class of like 18 of us, and we all became good friends.
Yeah.
Still friends on Facebook. A guy, Herb, he's an older black gentleman. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met in life. He's a pastor now.
Oh, really?
He's a great dude. I call him Uncle Herb. He always reaches out, and he's another one, big Buckeye fan, so he'll let me hear it a little bit. But he's a great guy. My buddy Ryan, he's down at 97.5 down in Akron there. Still talk with him. Another Marine buddy of mine, Matt, he interned with me. Still talk with him. But so I made some good people, made some good friends, And it only seemed like out of our class, like one or two of them landed.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that for every class. It was just even Bob Francois I interned for. He went there one day and knew it was a joke and left.
Really?
Yeah, got his money back and everything. He's like, I'm not going through this. This is ridiculous.
Really?
Wow.
And he works, he's still in radio, but he built a basement studio at his house in Elyria. And he does works for a station down in Houston and one up here.
Really?
Out of his basement. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've found over the last year really doing this thing that it's just such an amazing experience getting to talk to people.
It is.
I mean, we like talking, obviously, and you have to like talking to do something like that. But
right. I'm in sales.
I mean, you should.
That's what I do.
Right. You should start your own podcast, man.
I want to, man.
It's not hard to do.
No,
like,
it's
we're just a bunch of idiots like talking and drinking. So
right.
I mean,
guys are
if we can do it,
no, I'm kidding.
says the Michigan fan.
Right. Exactly. That's coming. No, and like I've discussed with another friend of mine that went to broadcasting school. He does his own podcast. He's trying to bring it back this year. Might jump on with him and see if it rolls that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I could find the time. I just got to find the,
You got time.
Yeah,
everyone's got time.
Everyone's got time.
If you want to do it, everyone's got time to do it. Like,
figure it out.
It's amazing the time that Steve and I carve out to.
I talk about it now. I do all right for myself now. I mean, bills get paid. I save money. Daughter's taken care of. That's all I care about. I'd still love to get in the radio. I would. Yeah. I don't know if it's a dying breed or not. I mean,
I don't think
it is. But I mean, you look at Sirius. Sirius is blowing up. I have Sirius in my car now, and like we talked before, those Barstool guys, I love them. I think they're great. Yeah. If I could, my dream job probably work for Barstool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I don't want to live in New York.
Right.
No.
Right.
I lived in Jersey for like 2.5 years. Like, here's New York City. Here's the Hudson. Here's where I lived. Hated it.
Really?
Hated the city. There's too many assholes there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'd love to do it, but yeah, we'll see. I'm 35, so I'm like
right. Yeah, plenty of
80
time.
and dying, but yeah.
Right.
So,
well, that's cool, man.
Podcast, man.
You should do it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And you know what? And then if you get it out there, get your voice out there a little bit more.
Right.
Get yourself into the radio eventually,
Next Joe Rogan.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the goal, right,
man.
Larry?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, then you can. You've been on Barbara and the Brain.
Yeah. Those douchebags.
Yeah.
They're great dudes, man. I've had fun with them, and hopefully we can continue some more stuff. And
don't ever ask them to come up with a riddle for you, though.
Yeah, you told me that.
We're just pros.
Yeah.
Pros? Well. No, honestly.
He's a great producer.
Honestly, Barb and the Brain are fantastic. We've known Marco for like 20 years. We've known Larry for a couple years now. Like, those guys are great. They do like top quality stuff,
Right.
Unselfishly.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny with our since Larry's sitting here with our podcast at the tailgate. Like, Marco was dead like the whole time, and then we turned the mic on. He's like,
He just turns it on.
welcome back, riders. And he was great.
That's
He's
Marco.
just like,
Marco's great with that.
I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I'm so hungover. I had 2
Dude, Marco's
days.
like that with everything though. Like he will be like miserable, like whatever, and then he's got to do a haircut.
Yeah,
like,
he was telling me I was
he just
pounding
snaps
Christmas ales
in.
the night
Yeah.
before on 2 Bumble dates. What he was doing, and then he's like, I'm like, is he gonna make it? I was thinking to myself. I didn't say to anyone, but I'm like, God. And then, dude, Mike's on.
does.
Boom. I'm like, the fuck you been?
He's
all morning?
always been that way though. He's always been that way. Like
he's
with
great,
with
dude.
whatever he was doing, he's got that personality that's good for it. And but no, those guys are great. They help
And he
us out with
crashes
our
hard.
live events, and we do a lot of cool stuff together. And I think this year we're gonna do a lot more stuff together. So.
Yeah, you guys are doing a live coming up, right?
Yeah, January 16th.
right down the road over here.
Yeah, right over here
Who's
at the
your
bar.
choice?
16th. Is that a Thursday?
It's a
Yes,
Thursday.
sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll swing out for that.
Come out. It's a lot of fun. For
sure.
Live shows are a lot of fun. So live shows, what we do is we dabble in bourbon reviews,
Right.
and so we'll do a bourbon review live, and then we'll just pull people from the audience.
Well, I'll say if you need an idiot to
had
walk
Li-
around the mic.
we
and
had
grab
Larry on
people,
last time.
I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah, I mean, so we've done a couple different formats, but this last one that we've been doing seems to be pretty good. And we go like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we just Larry almost died because he can't drink bourbon. Oh, Jenga! Oh, the first
Jenga,
one,
the first one, over at the garage bar.
Yeah, that was bad.
Wait, what happened?
So listen, we're sitting here doing a live
And we just
broadcast.
started. We just started.
Like it started at 7, so it's maybe 7:12
At a bar?
at a bar.
At a bar right down the street.
And it's like, yeah, no, I mean they invited, they wanted us.
Yeah,
to
they
do
told
it.
us to do it.
That's awesome.
So we're doing it and we're getting going and we're just kind of getting into our groove. And so see that tripod where the camera is? This dude and this chick from like the door grab a table with like full size like party Jenga, and just
Drag it across the floor.
and put it right there.
And Larry's sitting there with
Larry's
his
sitting
iPad.
over there.
He's like,
he's like producing the show with different camera angles and everything else, making sure everything looks and sounds good.
Not only that, she pulls the table over there, and then she looks at us after she pulls it over there for like 2 minutes of dragging it across the floor, the loudest noise you ever heard. And she goes, "Hey, are we in your way?"
No, you're not. You're good.
Oh no, you didn't see the 4 cameras over there, and like Larry's on the bench over there with the freaking iPad producing
Was
it.
she sober?
No,
But the best part is, so this gets better.
Not
So-
even a little bit.
So then she's trying to remove. Okay, she's like, I'm gonna pull this piece out right here, but I'm gonna do it fast. I'm gonna try to do some crazy trick. And I'm looking at Larry. I'm like, she's gonna crush Larry.
Yep.
And as soon as I say that, she goes and whips it out and just hits Larry in the leg.
Just flies out of her hand, just crushes
mean,
Larry's leg.
And it was like these things are like this big, man.
Yeah,
It's
they're
next
2x4s.
Was she attractive?
No.
like, no, I can't remember, but
It's always disappointing.
yeah. At least Larry could have been like, oh god,
Yeah.
my knee. He's
So,
a happily married man.
But no, for the most part, live events are fun. We do like 15, 20 minutes with someone, talk about what's going on that day or whatever, and then
yeah, we
just
have a few people
move
on,
on to
man.
the next one. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's good stuff.
If you can make it out. You
Yeah,
should.
come on, man.
Yeah,
and we are doing. We're collecting some warm clothing, some hats. What is it?
Oh, yeah.
What is the Stay Alive?
Stay
5?
Alive 5. It's hats,
Hats,
coats, boots, gloves, and
Sleeping bags?
socks. Oh no, yeah, socks, not
Socks.
sleeping bags.
I can never get it.
Yeah, we might. We were
It's for a good cause though. This
Yeah.
Stay Alive
this
5
is
is for
the 16th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is for the
Yeah.
16th.
All right. Yeah.
So we're just this is for the Sub-Zero mission, and
Okay.
it's
Yeah, we partner with them to try and collect a bunch of stuff because they go on missions and
Yeah.
and
So
take care
2
of
weeks
homeless.
for
homeless.
All right. Yeah. Usually I pick up bar. That's my second job. I do is bartend. It's Buddy's Bar. It's easy money. It's good stuff. Usually I pick up Thursdays, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna work that Thursday. So
Cool.
yeah.
come on,
Yeah, come on,
dude.
it's a good time.
And Fridays at work.
I know it's kind of a hike for you,
Dude.
but-
Dude, my flight.
but if you're
sucked.
free,
That flight sucked here. I mean, it was a quick up and down, but it was a little rocky.
yeah, it's not over there.
It's a little
It's not over
rocky.
there in the parking lot. I'm like,
Yeah.
this guy with the
You
private
guys always
jet.
grew
What's
up on
this?
the east side?
Yeah, we're both from Menor.
here. I still don't get the East Side, man.
What don't you get?
Dude, West
typical
Side.
West Sider.
Dude, West Side's best side. There's no doubt. I mean, I don't know. There's like a lot of weirdos over here. No offense, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't get the East Side. Every time I've traveled to the East Side, I'm just like, I don't get it. What's the attraction?
Okay.
All right.
Again, says the Michigan fan.
Yeah, seriously, man. You're a Steelers fan
Sponsored
too?
by Maker's Mark.
Are you from Michigan originally?
No, man. I get that question all the time.
What happened to you?
My whole dad's side of the family obviously hated Cooper during the Cooper years. My dad's a Buckeye
What do you mean,
fan.
obviously?
Yeah, it wasn't that obvious to me.
Right. I don't know. I mean, shoot. I mean, Cooper might have a better record than Jim Harbaugh.
I think he does.
Yeah, he does. He does.
But
Would they go 7-5 this year? 7-4?
9-4.
9-4?
Which is unacceptable.
Yeah.
But 9-4.
That's good for like a D2 team.
Yeah, it's cool.
The seniors. What's a fun fact I read the other day or yesterday is that the seniors never beat Ohio State or won a bowl game.
Dude,
that's terrible.
Ohio, or wait. What's the record the last, like, isn't it 12 years? Like they're 11-1?
Well, they lost the
Ohio
last.
State is
15-1.
15-1 is the record now. Yeah, I'd stop keeping track because it's just not even really a game anymore.
Right.
It's like playing the Browns. You know, it's like, hey, this is a guaranteed win.
How'd you guys do against Clemson?
That sucked.
Let's not blame. Let's not blame the refs.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I never blame the refs.
No,
you
a
can't.
lot of you did.
Yeah, a lot of guys did. Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I was ever making the playoffs.
Yeah.
I know. No, it's crazy about
Wait, what bowl game were you guys in?
And this is, it's funny you brought that up because this is the reason why I hate Urban Meyer.
Okay.
Is even though he was right, in 2006, probably one of the greatest Ohio State Michigan games ever.
That was awesome.
Yes,
that
it
game
was.
was awesome. Michigan should have won that game. They blew it, whatever. But their only loss of the year.
I don't know if there was. Oh, I thought there was sound. Sorry. Go ahead.
The only loss of the year was to the number one team in the country, was Ohio State.
Yeah.
And Meyer basically campaigned because there's no Big Ten championship.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So Meyer basically campaigned, 4-1, we won the SEC, blah, 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 we should get in. Well, they get in and they murdered Ohio State. It was right, but I hate him ever since.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to what you had said. I mean, the reason I'm a Michigan fan is I just grew up with it. My dad's side of the family, like my Uncle Chris, my dad's got a big family. So my Uncle Chris, my Uncle George, all Michigan fans. My dad's a Buckeye fan. My Uncle Joe was a Michigan fan, but then my cousin went to Ohio State.
So you flopped.
So my grandfather was never a Buckeye fan. And then my mom.
So it's got to be fun, though, at, like,
family parties?
at the end of Thanksgiving to see, like, with family and stuff like that. There's got to be some good shit talking. And
There is. I mean, not family-wise, no. Friends, yeah, of course. But I mean,
but it's still gonna be. I mean, a little bit with family though. Like, hey,
I
you
can't.
said your
Ohio
dad's a
State fan.
Buckeyes fan?
Yeah, he is, yeah. I can't.
How disappointed is he in you?
Probably, no. My dad's a Buckeye fan, but he's not big into college.
Yeah.
He's a big, he loves.
I mean, look, truth be told, like,
God bless his soul. He's dealt with the Browns for 60 years.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
same,
stupid.
well, not same.
But no, even on
I'm on my way.
my mom's side, my grandmother lived in Farmington Hills, Michigan for the longest when I was growing up. She's originally from Chicago, and when I was growing up, she bought me Michigan stuff all the time. She was kind of stuck with me. But my uncle does. I'll admit this. My uncle does have a picture of me when I was young in an Ohio State sweatshirt.
Probably the best you ever looked.
And I'm like, that can never leak. He said, I'm keeping this for a long time. I'm like, that can never leak.
hey man, I had an aunt that is from Michigan.
Okay.
So she did the same thing with us. She would buy us Michigan hoodies, Michigan
Really?
flags. Yeah, my aunt that lives their whole family lives there. They have my cousin went to Michigan and my other cousin went to Michigan State. And they're big Michigan fans.
Yeah, I mean, even though it obviously hasn't gone Michigan's way for a long time, it's still the greatest rivalry in sports.
It's
dude.
amazing.
It's still
Dude, that
awesome.
game is so much fun to watch.
It
Like
is.
the
It's-
build up
I mean,
and
these-
like the
it makes it
history
fun every
behind
year.
it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, besides these past 2 years, which have been it's a joke. It's a good game, dude.
It is a good game.
And it's not like in these years that obviously we're 1-15 the past 16, but it's not like we've been getting killed. We've been winning the game. We've been there.
They've been good
We just haven't
games.
Finished, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been ranked. We've been ranked and lost.
The best ever was what year was it when they were?
It was last
It was
year.
when it was I think Michigan was either 1 or 2.
Oh, when it was 1-2, that was 2006. What he was just talking
2006?
about.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, because I was in
man,
Iraq for that.
That was the
Dude.
best, man. I wish that would
Because
happen. I mean, that was
my-
the 27-21 game was the next closest name where Michigan. They had that
Should've
game.
won that game,
Should have won
yeah,
that game. They were killing him.
Yeah.
And they fumbled. They had momentum up like 14.
I
They
remember
fumbled
that.
on the one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Spade fumbled on the one. Yeah. And that's the funny thing about the rivalry is because I'll remember it, you'll remember it.
Right.
Like we remember the plays, we remember
It
the shit
is.
that
Like,
happens. You know.
fun.
Like I'm more of a pro guy than I am college. Like,
Yeah, I mean I'm Cleveland everything,
But-
and then Michigan. You know.
but
Yeah.
that game is always so much fun.
But here's the funny thing: don't act. You guys are my age. Don't act like you didn't love the Fab Five. Don't act you didn't love the Fab Five.
I didn't.
You're not a basketball fan.
Chris Webber. Like,
I didn't love them. I mean, it was cool, the Fab Five. But
I don't
wasn't,
really
like, a huge-
remember.
I wasn't a huge
honestly.
fan.
When was that?
So that was
We
like
were like
92, 93.
Yes, we were 8.
still
We
though.
still watched. Maybe not.
It was cool
I
though.
did.
No, it was a cool time. For
I
sure.
remember-
It was a cool team.
Speaking
That was
of dads, I remember I was mad at my dad because he wouldn't let me stand up for the national title game against North Carolina. I'm glad I didn't watch it. But
and then what did Weber do?
dude, I've seen 4.
What did Weber do though? Yep.
I've seen 4 Michigan national title losses in basketball. It sucks. They were beating Duke, got murdered in the second half. Should have beat North Carolina, blew that. The Louisville game, that fucking Dago prick. What was his name? The shooter.
I know who you're
Is that-
talking about.
anyone Italian here? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We can edit that, right?
You know.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
But no, the dude that came off the bench for Louisville, and the same thing against Villanova. It was a 6th man that killed him both times. And Trey Burke was sick that year. Sorry, I'm venting. But
No, it's fine, man. Hey,
No,
I
I mean,
get it.
it's-
We
Here's the
get
thing.
it.
I'll give you credit. You sound like you're an actual fan.
Yes,
I am. Yeah. I'm not.
What I don't
fan.
like is these
Dude.
poser fans who are like, "Oh, I just want to be difficult, so I like blue."
What's that?
That's good.
When last year?
Michigan fan tears are
2
wonderful.
years ago. Yeah.
Oh,
Also-
and that beatdown?
I also got carried
Oh,
around by.
yeah, that was.
Also got carried around by a big Croatian that would beat me up. Other than that, yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
I did get him good that day. I mean, the whole, remember when you had the belt thing? That was good. I mean, I probably should have got punched in the face for that, but that was pretty good. Because he kept riding me the whole game. And I get it. We got lost 62-39. But he had one of those
Yeah, that was
Modelo-
Rough game for you guys.
Yeah, well, so he kept pushing me all game. And I was, obviously, we were both extremely intoxicated.
You're hanging out.
That whole ride home, I think we just slapped each other. But no, like he kept pushing me the whole game. And he picked me up like during like third quarter, and just like really, the bar was like we were like crowded, just ran at everyone.
Right.
But it was his Modelo picture was there with the belt, and he kept pushing me like, all right. I think I said to Larry and Rick, and I'm like, watch this. I said, hey. He's like, what? I said, remember we used to have this? And I pointed at the belt. That's like right after he lost the Corvette.
Dude.
Oh man.
He's like, you motherfucker. It's all right, man. You can hit me, all right? I'll get up eventually.
Hey, that's
Yeah.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
Man.
But,
That's a good one.
well, that's, I mean, dude, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about.
And
dude.
that's what's cool about the rivalry stuff. Like my wife's uncle is from Ann Arbor,
It's a great town.
and so,
It's a great town.
I'm sure it is
It's a classic town.
Pure Michigan.
for hillbillies. Yeah.
Listen, dude, have you guys been to Ohio State?
Oh yeah.
It's in the middle of a ghetto.
Not really.
I mean, everything's in the middle of a.
I mean,
Surrounded-
not
if
really.
you get outside the university, it's not nice.
Well, I mean, if you go, depends on which way you go. But yes, I mean, you're right though. There is some bad areas outside of every major city.
Right.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Columbus is like growing
Columbus
at a
is phenomenal.
rapid pace, man. It's like it's insane.
It
what's
is
going on there.
exploding, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
One of my old jobs, I had to go down there once a month. And yeah, I mean, you could just see
Dude, they're
Columbus is blowing up.
talking
yeah.
about like some amusement park they're building there. Did you hear about that?
No.
It's.
I might be going a couple weeks.
They're building something out there. It's supposed to be insane.
Well, they have a Top Golf there.
We have a Top Golf here.
Yeah, I was just there.
Were you?
Good, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry, I just got.
We have
a text from my wife.
rambled.
Preparing for my
enough.
son's birthday party.
I know you gotta
That
do
tomorrow?
that tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man.
How many kids?
Well, it'll be like 20
do you want
kids there.
Do you want the rest of the makers?
Dude, it's gonna be so miserable. I have I think I did the count. I have like 17 kids gonna be at my
Oh,
house,
that was close.
and so I gotta go home and clean the house. So we took my son to Chuck E. Cheese today. I haven't been there. I mean, he was very excited about that. Have you been to Chuck E. Cheese in a long time?
I've never taken my kids to Chuck E. Cheese.
I took them there.
I don't
and
know how.
It's a.
I
I don't
used
know
to
why.
love Chuck E. Cheese.
I know they don't have like a
And
ball
it's
pit
right
or anything
there.
like that, but
They don't have the ball pit anymore?
that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like just come up with a sock stuck to their head or something, like just all kinds of different diseases. But anyway, I had a blast there tonight. I'm like a degenerate on these freaking machines.
You really are.
We should have seen me tonight, man.
Really? Was it worse?
Check your Snapchat.
All right.
Liz probably sent it to you. Here's the difference. You go there and you get the card, scan on the machines.
Yeah.
So when you get it, you could do like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, hour.
Oh, it's by time?
So it's by time. So you
Oh,
can play
shit.
every single game as many times as you want. So it's awesome. You get
Yeah,
60,
that is pretty
60
awesome.
minutes for like $20, which whatever.
That's solid,
which
though.
is phenomenal because if you go
You can't do that at round one.
go to
or-
round one and get $20, you're done in
You're
5
done in
minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
So you have a full hour to go play whatever game you want. And they're all, whatever. It's for the kids.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I had a blast. Had some
That's
pizza. Yeah. So
Do they still do that
Things
creepy
important.
ass show?
yeah, so I have a funny video of that because I took my son there. When Ben was in the hospital, I took Sam up there to just have a fun night with him. And I have a video of Sam walking towards the stage, those creepy freaking things
Yeah.
up there. Like the mouth flapping around and
Yeah.
shit. And Sam's like, ah. He's like, hi. He's like waving to him and he's like, let's go home. This is terrifying. I'm like, they are pretty creepy. I remember those things when we were little. dude.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Oh, yeah.
They're terrible. So
So bad.
They still have them.
But I remember for some reason the pizza actually being not bad at Chuck E.
Dude,
Cheese.
I was
Pizza
just
not
going to say
bad.
that.
The pizza
Right.
was not bad.
I was just going to say that. Like, I
like
remember
maybe
getting
it's because we
pizza.
were little, but like,
And I
it's
remember
not
playing,
bad.
they had a Mario pinball machine that I was always addicted to.
I told Liz, I'm like, I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
Probably not.
I just remember.
Because when we
What
were little, it
is-
was a lot more magical.
Literally
you know
what
I mean?
it
It's
is.
still the pop shot. Pop shots.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they have this football one I was playing today. I had the card the whole time. I'm just distracting the kids.
Daddy, I want to play.
I'm like, here, play this one.
You just give me
Let's
your
go over to my
phone.
machine.
You just give me your phone.
Just go check out what's going on over there. Go play in the ball pit. There's no ball pit. Yeah, whatever.
I love it.
So anyway, yeah, birthday party. It's gonna be a good time.
All right. Well,
stressed.
let's sign off so that you can get home and take
Let's be
care
serious.
of
Am I
that.
going home though? Because I think that he's doing something in the streets with Marco and
Oh, we should go
Larry.
out in the streets.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen, Marco. Oh,
Wait, where's Marco? Oh, sad day, Marco.
He's got a lady date, doesn't he?
The barber
no chance.
is a no-show. Sad day.
Well, neither here nor there. This has been amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks,
man.
guys.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you
out.
so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Yeah,
out.
Absolutely.
Best of luck to you and your girlfriend and your wonderful
Yeah.
4-month-old daughter.
Yeah, that is.
More
you got a lot
adventures
of
to come, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of good stuff to come. Like
Right.
I was kind of telling you before, I think my favorite time is like that 8 to like 14 or 16 months. Just they learn so much.
Walking and
yeah, all that kind of good stuff. So enjoy every second of that. I know you will. Yeah, you brought a lot of good stuff.
let's have you on again.
Yeah.
Say a year from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And just see how everything's going. Like that'd be pretty cool to do.
I agree.
follow up.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Or even
Yeah.
6 months, whatever. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm good with that too. Hey,
I mean, you
trust
come
me.
back next week.
We know how much you hate. Hey, we know how much you hate East Siders. We're so freaking weird.
No, like I said, yeah. Whatever.
No,
man.
for
You
real
need to
though.
fill
Like,
in. Let me know.
We want to keep in
Absolutely,
touch and,
man.
and make
Here's
sure
a
that
3-week update. I got shit all over me.
I
Oh, what do you know?
it.
Another blowout.
Yeah.
No, very cool. So, thank you so much for coming out, Mark. This has been great. Really good episode number 33, right?
Hell yeah.
Right.
It's been fun, man.
Thanks,
If
Phil.
you have not already, please make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and then, of course, your podcast of choice. We're on Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio.
I think you got it.
I think that's it.
We should probably know that by now.
I think we say that every podcast.
Yeah. We should get some, write it down.
Like a teleprompter?
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Very cool. Mark, Steve, thank you guys so much. Steve, you got anything?
I'm good.
Mark,
we'll see
anything
you
you
next
want to
time.
plug? Anything you want to do?
No, guys, like I said, thanks again. This is a great time.
Oh,
Appreciate
yeah,
it.
man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And make sure you guys come out January
Yeah,
16th.
January 16th at Frankie
Frankie
Tony's.
Tony's.
Like I said, if I can make that happen, I'll make that happen.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, yeah, man.
It'll be a good time.
Find some scarves, gloves, hats, socks, warm stuff.
Yep.
Just warm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just warm shit.
Cool.
Yeah,
Bring it up.
perfect.
All
All right,
guys.
thank you guys so much. Be good and raise good humans.
Yes, as always. Catch you next time.
It is so hard, I ain't got a fade. I can make that upgrade.
Hey guys, if you love what you just heard or watched, and we know you did, do us a solid and hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and throw us a comment, literally about anything. Your support legit keeps us going. Oh, and don't forget to give us that 5-star rating. We really appreciate you.